welcome to the Indie Music Plus featured artist interview of the week. I'm sitting here with lead singer of the band The Getbye. Kyle, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. Hello, Blab Beta.
Yeah, welcome to Blab. What do you think of Blab, man?
It's cool. Definitely, I love the format and just the setup of it. It's very interactive. So if you haven't been on Blab, you got to give it a shot. And if anybody can, if I can do it, you can do it. Let's just say that.
Exactly. Cool. So Getbye is going to be our featured artist for next week, and then you guys will be featured on the site for a while after that as well. Pretty much as long as the site is up, you'll be a featured artist. We'll promote it for about 6 months afterwards. And this video will be part of it. So why don't you give us a little rundown of the Getbye and what you guys are all about?
Yeah, well, Joe, we've been together about 5 or 6 years. We've gone through a lot of different changes. The band started out as me and my brother goofing around in college, and then we picked up Skitch, who's still with us. He was actually beating on spoons and back in the dorm rooms. And then we cut our first, EP, 5-song EP. And Davey Boy was a good friend of ours. He's just a musical genius. He's the one who plays all the instruments and all of our videos and stuff. And we actually brought him just to drum. And it was in the summer, and he stayed, and that bastard, he just never left. He was in school in a different area, and he ended up transferring down by us and sleeping on the floors and whatnot. And then he just kind of joined the group, and then from there it took off, and we were a 6-piece at one time. My brother left to pursue his career in healthcare, which was cool. I'm still a big supporter of the band. And then we went down to 3, and then as of, maybe a year ago, we picked up Tucker, who's our bass player, and he likes to tickle the strings. So yeah, he's been with us, and that's been great. So we're 4 strong. We really like the mix, but we have a pretty open format. If you can jam and hang, you want to get on stage. We like to be interactive with our fans when possible. So
yeah, I've noticed that you guys have a very interesting, stage show with the drummer playing all those different instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
And then also I've watched quite a few of your live videos. It seems like you guys always have a decent crowd and a decent, like you said, interaction.
Yeah.
What if you had to label your music, what do you guys call it? You call it gypsy rock, right?
Yeah, we usually call it just music, but we get asked that a lot. It's one of, to me, as I do a lot of, or I do, Davey and I do most of the writing together. Composition, lyrics, stuff like that. But it's a big compliment because so many people come to us and like, I don't know what the hell that is. You don't sound like anybody, and we take that as as a good compliment. And truly, we have gypsy influences just from traveling and the world and just people and moving about all over the place. But we call it schmusic, but some gypsy rock, indie, folk, alternative. We do a lot of different stuff. I've never liked to be. I don't want to be contained into necessarily one kind of genre. But I mean, we definitely strive after those rooty, organic vibes, and then I love the storytelling aspect of folk music. So, and then obviously we like alternative and new stuff, new sounds that are happening and occurring. So we try to kind of just throw that into a big old bowl of schmusic.
I love it, schmusic. Cool, that's great. I was definitely attracted to you guys. I mean, I only pick artists to be featured on the website that are worth it and deserve it. So your music definitely is unique.
Thank you, man. Much love. We really do appreciate that.
Cool. So let's listen to a tune. What song would you like us to listen to to start off the whole shebang?
Well, let's do Ratatat.
All right, well, that was going to be what I was guessing. So this is the Getbye with, what is it?
Ratatat.
Ratatat.
China's brightest gold. Well, I just don't know, and how could it be? I traveled all of the world and your seven seas. Well, I came to spot as he whispered from afar. He said, hey there, son, do you know who you are? I said, hey, who, me? Well, I thought you could see I had it all figured out, and then it had to be. He said, we are the same, 'cause I don't know, but I could tell, 'cause I want you to see the light again. People were passing by, but nobody turned around. It was a man.
All right, that was the Getbye with Ratatat. I said too many.
See?
So, Kyle, why don't you tell us about that song?
You know, to me that I really, that's one of our favorite songs to play, but it's like physically draining to play. So we argue over where we place that in our set. It just has a ton of energy. It's a longer song, but it thumps. You know, it's got that really kind of like that salty sea dog gypsy vibe to it. You know, and it just really gets the crowd just rocking and going, and we love it, and there's some, haze and hose that gets everybody into it, and it's fun. Davey's on the accordion and the trumpet, and Skitch is on the bongos, obviously dropping some pretty rooty beats there, and then Pat's, lays some really nice bass lines on that. It's just a fun song, but literally it leaves us tired out, even though we've been playing for a long time. But that's a good sign, when you leave it all out there, and it's a beast of a song just to kind of fight with it, and what's so awesome is the crowd takes and shapes that song every time. I don't think I've ever played that song, Joe, the same way,
sure,
ever, and that's what's so amazing about music. And I challenge fans a lot and stuff, to really join in on an experience with us, because we're so used to, cookie cutter sounds and stuff with most of the music on mainstream radio, which, hey, to each his own, whatever you like, I support that and I support you. But live music is all about the crowd and the energy, and where as artists, you help us take that to places that even I'm like, what the hell? I don't, this is, yes, I wrote this song, or we wrote this song, but we don't really know where it's going right now. So that's the most fun for us as musicians on stage. And I think the message of the song is, kind of cool. It's about, talks about this ragged, man, or this guy who thinks he's seen it all. He's been chasing riches and stuff like that his whole life, and then, there's this, just this old gnarly kind of like, dirty, hippie, salty sea dog guy who's like pretty much like, no, you haven't, and and all those monies and things you've been chasing, like you've been missing the world as it passes you by, and like that's really what you're after. And that's so, the message is to us is important as well. It's kind of got a cool peaceful message, but the music is quite aggressive in a sense at you. So I like to do a lot of that kind of cross, I don't know what you would call it, but flavoring, kind of like sweet and spicy or whatever. I don't know how you would call that, but yeah. I like to do that.
Cool. So what would a The Getbye show be like for somebody that's never been there? What would they expect?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna expect it, just a lot of energy. That's what most people say. They're like, wow, like I feel like, I don't know, like I just have been involved in something that I've never felt, which is really cool. You're gonna see a lot of instruments being played by Dave. He plays the cello, the accordion, the trumpet, the trombone, the glockenspiel, you name it.
The drums.
Drums, yes, the drums, of course. He actually, that was his trade instrument. So you're going to see that, and obviously the bongos, which is a neat integration with the drums. Gitch plays a lot more kind of like melodic and melody-driven beats, and then Davey's, just kind of pounding out your standard, drum beats. So it's a neat, almost, like I always like how Modest Mouse used two drummers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, one rhythm and then one kind of more syncopation. So I like that aspect of doing that. And then, of course, good bass lines and just a lot of energy. And, we really like to interact with the crowd and have a good time. And just the more jumping and bobbing and, running and screaming is the better.
I'm curious, I should know this, but where are you guys located?
We're out of Orlando, Florida.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And how often do you play? It seems like you play quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Our manager keeps us quite busy. It really depends. We try not to oversaturate Orlando. Mm-hmm. It's a growing and a unique music community, and we're very thankful to it. And they've definitely boosted us up there, and as one of the larger up and coming and known bands. So it's we always said, hey, if we can make one fan after a show, it might take us forever, but fans turn from 5 to 10 to hundreds to thousands. We've been able to watch that in front of our eyes just through the dedication. We're we really do enjoy our fans, and that's why that's why we're there is really for the sharing of the music. So
awesome. Cool. So let's do another tune then. What do you want us to listen to the second round here?
Let's do. It's always a fan favorite. The Funeral Song. It's requested quite a lot by our fans. So
you picked the two that I would have probably picked. So
all right.
Here we go. Funeral Song by the Getbye.
Such beauty before as you opened up eternal doors. Where I feel dead, but not for long. Death is life and life is death. I gained it all when I lost myself. So it kind of came to me. I saw a light.
And we're back. That was the Funeral Song with the Getbye. So Kyle, what do you guys have coming up in the future?
Like I said, we got quite a bit. We're hoping to get back in the studio. Traditionally, we've been doing kind of like 2 and 3 little kind of EP releases, but we kind of really would like to put together a concept album.
Cool.
We're kind of jiving back and forth, but maybe even potentially like 12 songs and kind of do a light and a dark side to it. As we kind of all have both, angels and demons within us. So I like the idea of, some lighter, more upbeat and not necessarily have to be happy songs, but, lighter, and then some more of that real kind of like dark and, real eerie gypsy rock side to it. So we're kind of tossing back and forth. We have a lot of songs that they kind of go through a process, and we try them out on our fans. We let them decide if we're going to continue to play them. I wish there was a better algorithm to making fan favorites, because like the song that we just listened to, the funeral song, that song just literally, it came together like perfectly. It was just like, I don't know what it was, kind of came up with the riff, hung out with Davey. He started, going nuts on those crazy trombone licks that you hear in there. And it just worked, and, and people liked it. People loved it, and it got the people moving. And, now it's turned into one of our fan favorites. We get heckled quite a bit if we don't play that.
Before we go, where can people find your music besides indiemusicplus.com?
Yes. You can find our music, over all the major. You can find us actually on Spotify, iTunes. We're on Bandcamp, Facebook.
And do you guys have a website?
Yes, it is the getbye.com.
Cool.
Yeah, you can find us on there. We have cool merch and stuff like that. We got T-shirts and things like that. But yeah, the getbye.com is a good site to kind of find out. YouTube, we have a YouTube channel with all of our music videos. Yeah, we'll be linking this live interview on that, as well as if you find it on the Indie Music Plus on Blab. And but yeah, find our music live.
I will.
I'll buy you a drink, Joe.
Dude, yeah, anytime you're up in upstate New York or anywhere close, let me know and I'll come find you.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, my old buddy lived up in Poughkeepsie, so
okay. I'm in Rochester.
Yeah,
cool.
Good people. So, but yeah, absolutely. And I see. Do you play?
Yeah.
I was checking. I see the keys. So hey, you want to tickle the keys, Joe? Come on, man. Anytime. Yeah. Welcome, brother.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify and stuff too. Just JoJo Keys. Just look me up.
Absolutely, man. We'll do.
Cool, man. So that'll we'll wrap up this featured artist interview on Indie Music Plus with Kyle from the Getbye. Tell everybody in the band we said hi, and sorry they couldn't make it.
Yeah, absolutely. I will. Much love, Joe. We really appreciate what you're doing for us artists out there, and be good to each other, everybody, and stay safe out there.
Yep, my pleasure, man. Cool. So we'll see y'all next week.